Hello. As you know by now, we investigate hauntings, of which we've been quite successful in capturing images and stories for you. We lecture on this. We get invited to do lectures here, there, and one of the thrills out of what we do is getting feedback from the audience. Some coming to us with their own stories of hauntings. Everybody's got a story somewhere of something peculiar they've seen or been part of, and we're all ears. Me and Roger, we'll listen to these stories and we can sympathise with some of the horror of it and share it with you. But what we do enjoy is when we get a photograph caught from one of these instances. And today this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Kennoway monk photograph that was brought to us by Laird Richard King. Richard King moved to Kennoway, which is just up the road from us here in Leven, and he got a job in Iceland 3-4 years ago. Trouble was, he had an early morning start, so he was too early for the buses, so the guy used to walk to his work. Now it's a straight road from Kennoway to Leven. It's about 1.5 miles. And he used to do this 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd leave his house and go to his work, get a bus back, but this is what he had to do. Now on his travels, he'd noticed a few times he disturbed badgers in the field. There'd be badgers playing there. So this day he was armed with his mobile phone on camera, and he was ready to catch badgers where he'd seen them before at this turn in the road. So he was armed and ready with his camera, but it's not badgers he caught something else, which we'll show you in a second. A figure, a ghostly figure, moved through right to left across his vision on the pathway, and he reached up and he took a picture and he caught the thing, and you should see that on your screen now. It's a remarkable picture. It's human-like in form. It's hooded. It's tall, and we're going to go to the exact spot in a wee while where this was caught and examine it, and then we're going to speak to the photographer himself, Richard King, and get his views on it. It's to us, it's quite remarkable because we have another case we were involved in very close to where this photograph was taken that involved monks as well, but that's another story. But anyway, this is what we're going to speak to Richard, and we're going to go and examine this photograph a bit closer. Here we are standing at the exact spot where this photograph is taken on the Kennoway to Leven road. It's a busy road, forgive the traffic, but this is the exact spot it was taken. We've got the bush behind us, the flagpole, and we've got this forest in the background here. All this comes to sense when we do our history and find out that behind this forest lies Jury Castle. The Jury Castle in the 1550s belonged to the Bishop of Dunfermline, so this place would be heavily populated by monks, and this is maybe a connection to our photograph. Hello, here we are we're in sunny Methil. The sun's out today, and we're down at the house of Richard King. Now Richard King is the photographer who took that photograph that we've just been on the actual site where it was taken, and we have him here with us for an interview. So if you let me introduce, this is Richard King.
How you doing?
Hello.
All right.
Now I'd like to talk to you, Richard, about taking this photograph. Now you were living in Kennoway and you're working in Leven, and that was the lonesome walk you used to do in the mornings. But basically what Richard was doing was on that long travel to Leven in the mornings, he'd interrupt some badgers play in the field. Now Richard's a fairly good photographer, and this is what he was after on the day when he was walking down on that road in the morning to photograph badgers. And so he had his camera ready to snap the badgers at play, but instead he snapped something else. So could you describe what was going on when you took that photograph?
I took so many photos. When I take the pictures, I just take all the time.
Yes.
Obviously, at the time, I didn't realise I had caught something there and then, if you know what I mean. It's only when I got home, stuck them on the laptop, and I was going through them, I was like, okay, what have I got? And then there it was. And I was like, oh my god. And of course, I've got one before on my walking group.
Yes.
Again, I was taking pictures of like the landscape, the hills and things like that.
Like an accidental photo.
And there's another photo, again, there was another photo, and something in the photo, and I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Well, looking at the photograph, clearly it's a figure, a hooded figure, tall. I've just been standing in the exact spot on the road where this thing was, and I mean, I'm 5'10", so this thing was much taller than me, that's for sure. But it's an amazing photograph, and what we found with research was further down that road to the left, about 100 yards down, there used to be a castle. The castle doesn't exist now, but it used to be called Jury Castle. And in the 1550s, it was owned by the Bishop of Dunfermline. So this is a reason why the lands around the castle, including where your picture came from, there would be loads of monks. So there's one instance why there could have been monks there. But also there was a pilgrim's road there, a famous pilgrim's road, which went towards St Andrews. And again, monks would accompany the pilgrimage up to St Andrews there and give them safe passage. So yeah, I think it's a remarkable photograph, and it matches some of our own research that we had a problem not far from your photograph in a house where they were terrorised by a monk as well. I mean, we got photographs of that, but that's for another story. Another part of Kennoway, but anyway, thanks for sharing your information. Thanks very much.